We dwell in the darkness. Rulers of pain. Prisoners of mind. In our kingdom, we welcome struggle. Where quit is unforgivable. Weapons forged in repetition. When the body screams for rest. When the mind whispers enough.
One more.
We don't seek comfort. We chase conquest. Sculptors of destiny. The goal is not a trophy, but a legacy.
Yo, what's up? It has been a minute since I've been here. It feels amazing to be back. As you can see, I'm in a new office space. I've been in this new place for around 2 months now. And yeah, it's starting to come together. I put a shelf up, got some art behind me. It's starting to feel a little bit more homey. I haven't really had the chance to sit down and make a video, especially because my office has been very bare and empty. So yeah, I should probably make a separate video about kind of where I'm at as a filmmaker, because there's a lot of things to update and throw out into the world. So I'm just gonna get right into this breakdown. You just saw a killer video for the gym, King of Gains, that my boy Kyle Apodaca so kindly asked me to come on and help him direct. Kyle is a killer cinematographer. I met Kyle, give or take, a year ago or so. I believe it was on Danny Gavert's Spec, which Kyle was doing BTS. Danny hit me up and asked me to throw on some football pads and be one of the dudes in the spot, so which I was more than happy to do. But yeah, that was the first time I met Kyle, and we'd always talked about working on something together. We had been on tons of projects together, whether he was gaffing, whether he was doing BTS, whether I was helping, just an extra set of hands. And yeah, we finally set aside the time to properly work on a project together. And that's what this King of Gains gym spec was. I think I'm just going to kick it over to Kyle, who will take you through his approach to shooting, his approach to lighting. I guess I'll preface that conversation by saying we really were going for a high energy, gritty feeling, handheld type of project. So he had the shoulder rig going. He was getting in on the action. He'll talk a little bit about his history with KOG and bringing me on, and then we'll put a bow on this one.
What's going on, guys? My name is Kyle. I DP'd this project that I did with Patrick, and I'm gonna give you a little lighting breakdown of how I did it. So prior to shooting, I actually did a project with the gym a long time ago, and this is when the space was a lot smaller and it was still kind of new to the community. I got to know the owner of the gym, whose name is Johnny, and awesome dude, super welcoming in the community, and he was really open to the idea of doing basically like a commercial for his brand because it was a new space for him. He wanted to build his community even more, so I thought it was a great opportunity for the both of us to do some content. And I pitched to him basically just a higher scale production with an actual crew, proper lighting, and a director, hence why I brought Patrick. So once we got inside the gym and we set up our equipment, we had to wait for the gym to close at 7. So in the meantime, I was just kind of scouting around inside the gym of what I wanted regarding house lights. The way the lights were set up, it came in rows as on the ceiling, and we were able to control what part of the section of the lights we can turn off. So before setting up the fixtures, we just played around, and Pat and I were figuring out what moodiness we wanted. So we found a happy medium between us, and we decided to now set up our fixtures. So the fixtures we used was a Nanlite Pavo Slim 120C. We used a Nanlite Forza 60C, and negative fill, a Pavo tube, and I believe a bounce board. I chose the Pavo Slim because it was a panel light and it was something that we can get motivating from the ceiling. Regarding logistics, I chose to put it on a menace arm with wheels because the way the gym is set up, as soon as you walk in, on the left-hand side is all your powerlifting section, and the middle is the turf, as well as the big logo, which is where we shot all of our portraits. and the following side on the left is like all the basic machines, leg machines, etc., etc. So doing it on wheels made the production move a lot faster. We didn't have to wait to reset it. It was just more so just moving the light, and it was a little bit challenging though because the fact that there was no color. So I had to make sure that there were some different textures within the project. So we used the Pablo Slim as our key light, but then we had the Forza 60B as our harsh light, and which is mainly our edge light, because I wanted to give some different textures within our frame and within our subject. What did I learn in this project? What didn't I learn in this project? Working with your friends is probably the best thing you can do, especially in a spec scenario, because you're all homies. We're all just trying to make cool stuff. And doing this stuff on your own, which what I usually do, it's very challenging, but having a team with their designated roles, and on top of that, they're all your boys, you get the best outcome, which is a really cool project. And just spending time with the homies and doing something that you're passionate about is probably the best thing I can cherish. So definitely work with your friends. It's rewarding, it's fun, and it keeps the passion growing. But you can find me on Instagram, Kyle Alex Apodaca, with an underscore, I think. Yeah, find me on LinkedIn too. I need more connections.
I just wanted to expand a little bit on my process as the director in a piece like this. So a lot of times it is the cinematographer that comes in to bring the director's vision to life. Because Kyle had such a clear idea and clear concept for this project, it was more me just coming in to help, bring the glue and kind of tie everything together. I did do the editing and directing on set. I was responsible for talking to the actors first and foremost. Directing athletes specifically is like kind of different than actors, because a lot of times, athletes have never really been specifically on camera for a commercial, and it can be a little bit weird. It can be a little bit intimidating. So for this project specifically, we wanted to make sure first and foremost that the athletes were safe. Like, they're lifting heavy weight, and like those weights in the video are real. And, so first and foremost, safety was everything. As the director, I've said it before, it's your job to make your actors feel comfortable. Trying to establish that relationship off the bat was really important. And then going through their workouts, when it was time to start filming and putting the camera in their face, I wanted them to feel, as close to in their zone as they could be for just any normal workout. So for a lot of those takes, we were just going for coverage and saying, hey, just pretend we're not even here and we'll do the rest. So it was almost like first set, we would start tight, and that would be their warm up. So maybe a little bit less weight. You wouldn't really be able to see how much weight is on the bar. We would start, less weight, tighter in the face. It was just a matter of letting them go through their set. If I needed a little bit more intensity, the next set I'd be like, hey, give me a little bit more struggle towards the end of that rep. Or from Kyle, I would be communicating with him, being like, hey, give me a little more high energy, a little more shaky camera. That'll help add to transitions in the edit or whatever it is. Directing a project like this, it was really fun to kind of just be run and gun with it. We had the exercises that we wanted. The different athletes split up between those exercises. And then we had little moments or points throughout the spec that I can show you in the edit that we knew would be either breathing moments or transition moments or hard hitting moments. And then once we had that, it was like, all right, like we definitely have enough to make something sick. So, I'm super thankful for Kyle bringing me on. It was an awesome team, and I'm super pumped for the next one. I'm sure there'll be plenty more with those guys. So I think that about wraps up this video. The owner of the gym, Johnny, who Kyle talked about, was an awesome dude. He, was so welcoming and really just gave us the creative freedom to do what we wanted to do. He trusted us to make something for his brand, something that he's poured his entire life into, which is really cool, and something I'm really thankful that I got to be a part of. With that, I think that about wraps up this video. I hope you enjoyed and got a little something out of this breakdown. I wanted it to be quick. This is my first video back in some time, so it feels great to be here talking. I'm looking forward to plenty more of these. It might not be as frequent. I have a lot of really exciting stuff in the works that I definitely want to make another video on and kind of update this channel. Yeah, I'll leave it off with that. And if you've stuck around this long, I really appreciate it. Thank you for watching as always. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.